What's up, guys? It's Sam here with Jamtown, and today I am here with
Godly the pooper, godly the ruler, godly the ruler, godly the ruler,
one more time.
godly the ruler.
Make sure you remember that. Now, Godly, if I may call you Godly,
You sure?
how are you today, bro? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little bit lit. I just had a Corona. I'm a lightweight, so I'm feeling good. Today's been really great. I haven't played a show in like 3 months, so I'm really excited to be here with my band and playing music for Urbana.
First question, I want to start off real basic. Who are your biggest influences?
Right. I'm a really big fan of Death Grips. I'm a really big fan of Phoebe Bridgers. I'm a big fan of Snail Mail. I'm a big fan of JPEG Mafia. I'm a big fan of Kevin Abstract. And also, like, that's just music aside. I'm just like a big fan of any really cool artist that's being really innovative. The late and great Virgil Abloh is like somebody that I think was really inspirational to me because I kind of tapped into them when I was in high school, and that kind of like kicked off like a lot of stuff for me. But I think they're like an innovator in every sense of the word. So yeah, I'm inspired by them. I'm inspired by the sky. I'm inspired by everything, you know. Yeah, but that's just a few people.
Nice. Your style is often described as like genre evading or just very out there. How do you feel about people trying to classify your sound into a genre?
Yeah, it's so interesting, like the genre bending thing. People describe it so many ways, like genre bending, genre fluid, like all these other things. I don't know if I'm ever so super trying to do that in a way. I'm just making songs that I like. A lot of the music that I like to write is just music that I like to listen to, and I have a really like expansive sonic palette. So whenever I'm writing songs, I'm just kind of like thinking back to like what I've been listening to that week, and that kind of like inspires what I'm writing in the moment. So yeah, I mean, I wear it on my sleeve proudly. I think it's really cool. Yeah, you know, it's. I don't want to pigeonhole myself because I don't know what I'm going to be doing next month. I don't know what I'm going to be writing tomorrow. Like, I just don't want anybody to expect anything from me because like, I just want to be able to do what I like, you know.
Speaking of wearing your sounds on your sleeve, what are we wearing today? Let's get a quick fit rundown.
Thank you for asking. So on the bottom half, I'm wearing frame denim, and on the top, I got this hoodie from my good friend Nick Holiday. Check it out on the back, Holiday brand. So Nick Holiday has a brand named Holiday Brand, and then another one of my really good friends, Jackson Green. He's like a really cool designer. He works on my team, and he designed this hoodie. So this is Nick and Jackson. And then I have this hat right here. It's a little bit explicit. I don't know if we can get it on camera. But this hat here, my friend Milo, he's a really cool stylist out in Los Angeles. He made it, not for me, but he made it, and that's what we have on the top. And then the boots are Rombout.
Nice. Good shit. Very clean.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk a little bit about your upbringing.
Right.
So, raised in Chicago.
Right.
How did living in Chicago and being raised there influence your sound and your music journey?
Yeah, so I think it gave me my foundation, you know. I think like a lot of the music that I write, although it is genre bending and like, you know, however people classify that, it has like its foundations in hip hop and rap.
Yeah.
You know, I started posting music on SoundCloud when I was like 15. That was around the time like Chance the Rapper was popping off, and like Vic Mensa, Save Money, Hurt Everybody. SoundCloud was like getting off the ground, and I was just really influenced by all of these like Chicago local acts that were like doing their thing on SoundCloud, and I really wanted to be a part of that. So I started making music when I was 15. And yeah, I think Chicago kind of like got the ball rolling for me, and it kind of like laid out the foundation for the style of music that I write. And then as the years, you know, like progressed, my palette expanded. I saw different parts of the world. I met new people. I took all those things along with me, and then I added that on top of the layer of hip hop, and now we have what Godly the Ruler sounds like today, you know?
Nice. You also studied psychology at UW-Madison. Do you think that any part of your education has bled into your lyrics or your sound? Like, has that influenced you at all in your creative process?
I would say so. I think, like, the thing about being, like, an artist, I think it's, like, a lot of it is, like, connecting with people and, like, telling everybody's story. and like connecting with people in that way. And I feel like psychology is like the science of human behavior and like the human psyche. So I feel like with that understanding of like human behavior and like human like socialization and just like what it means to be human, like it kind of informs like how I talk to people and like how I go about like just relating to others. It's so good. Yeah, that's like the really big thing is just like learning how to connect with people and like learning about like the human experience. Because that's what I write about a lot too, just like the experience of being alive and like I just write about my day to day and like what it means to like go throughout life.
What about the human experience is so fascinating to you?
Just like kind of lately I've been really obsessed with like just the monotony of like the human experience. I'm like in a position right now where I'm looking at what's happening around me. I'm like, damn, this shit looks very similar to last year, you know? I feel like I'm seeing like this cyclical pattern in just being a human, and like that's something I'm really tapping into and writing about a lot. But the human experience is just like, so I also write a lot about like gender and like I write a lot about sex. I write a lot about just like that's just what it is to be a human. Like you figure out your like identity within yourself and like what your gender means to you, and like you figure out like sex is cool and like that's like a thing humans do. And it's like just like writing about like driving around in the car with my friends, like the Midwest, like where I grew up, writing about exploring the country and shit. It's like really, really cool.
I think that's interesting how you bring up like monotony in the past year. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned in this past year of being a musician and just being a human?
I think I've learned how to like self-soothe. I feel like I'm a person that like ruminates a lot on like bad things, on good things, more the bad than good, which is not great. But I've just learned like how to self-soothe, you know, how to like not wait around for like the world to like fix the problem for me, but like how to just manage and like get through life even when it is hard. And yeah, I don't know, I just like found myself in a position recently where I'm like, this is the same place I was last year. I don't want it to end the same. How do I like take control of my life and like fix things for myself?
Well, I guess then the question is, what's next for Godly the Ruler? What can we expect going forward?
Well, I'm doing Lollapalooza this year. I'm doing a festival in Vancouver. I'm doing a lot of festivals this summer. Doing a tour in the East Coast in May. Doing another tour in the West Coast later. I'm like writing my next like EP. And yeah, just kind of remembering how to be like happy and stuff, and just like tapping back into things that make me happy.
Well, hopefully Lollapalooza will make you happy. I mean, that's huge. Growing up in Chicago, I mean, how does that feel? You're
so right. I grew up in Chicago, and like I've never been to Lollapalooza. Like I could never like find $200 for a ticket, you know. So I've never been to Lollapalooza. So like the first time that I'm going there is to like perform on stage. Is like it's a really big thing for me, and I think more than just myself, I think it's like a really big thing for like my bandmates. I think it's a big thing for like anybody who's been listening to me, anybody who's like come to see me at like house shows when I was back in Wisconsin, anybody who's like seen me in small venues, anybody who's listening. I feel like it's more than just like a win for myself. I feel like all the people who've been in it with me, it's like, all right, like, you know, the person who we've been like attached ourselves to for the past couple of years, like they are leveling up, and like it's not just me, it's like we are in this together. So it's like a big moment for everybody, you know. So I'm really happy to do that for people.
We're really happy for you as well, and we're so happy you're in Champaign. Thank you for being here, Godly the Ruler.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you stream Godly the Ruler, follow Jamtown, follow Godly the Ruler.